Physical media man, physical media man, physical media man. What'd you buy? Was it something good?
What's up, guys? All right. What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have Tim Talks Talkies is doing a top 25 movies of the 90s and having the whole physical media community participate if you wanted. So I have my list. This was extremely difficult. I almost have probably 25 movies that I could have included for honorable mention. And I got friend of the show and friend Matt all the way from Wisconsin down here. So he's going to chime in on his thoughts and stuff. So we usually do not agree on movies, so this should be interesting.
That's very true.
But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to Tim Talks Talkies channel as well as my Facebook channel, my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man store / Physical Media Man Facebook page, my Facebook page for non-media related items, the Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, and my Letterboxd account. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some honorable mentions. And like I said, this was so hard to do. There's so many good movies. I feel like the 90s might be my favorite decade for movies, and it'd be really hard to get rid of basically everything on this list. But there's just so many good titles. And like I said, I had a hard time with this. And there's a lot of movies that just, they're just really 90s movies. Like, they really capture the decade. And when I think of the 90s, I think of these movies. And I'm going to start off with the first honorable mention. And that's one of those films. We got Space Jam. And this was one of my original clamshells. And I really remember getting this one and watching it a ton because I was a Michael Jordan fan. The music's great. My very first CD was the Space Jam soundtrack. So,
What's a clamshell?
that's instead of so like a normal
Sleeve?
VHS tape.
All right.
This is a clamshell.
All right. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So. All right, so that's one that's a great one, but I had to leave it off the list. Kind of the same thing. We got the Austin Powers, just hilarious movies. I know at least the first one was in the 90s. I'm not sure about the others, but at least probably the first two. But I watched the second one a lot, personally, but just really funny. So I wanted to mention that one. Another great movie that kind of has a giant following and is really 90s. We got the original Matrix. So I wanted to mention that, but I did not put it on my list, so I probably should have. A lot of these I kind of, same thing. Big Lebowski.
That was a tough one for me.
Yeah, I really wanted to have it on there, and I just kind of ran out of room. And I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, so the original Clerks was kind of tempting, but I left it off. Another one that I thought was really 90s that I wanted to have it on my list, but I didn't, was the original Men in Black. Just a real good one. And then this one I watched a ton and was one of my favorites growing up. We got Three Ninjas.
Classic.
Which, had a tough time leaving that one off. So, all right, so those are the honorable mentions. We're going to start with number 25. We got the original Mighty Ducks, which I honestly probably watched the second one more growing up, but I'm a huge fan of the franchise, and I really wanted to have it on the list. I have quite a few sports movies. I feel like there was a lot of kids' sports movies in the 90s that are all great. So, yeah, I love this one. So that's my 25th pick. 24, I had to have some Adam Sandler. I thought this was the most well-rounded comedy that I watched a lot. So another sports film, Happy Gilmore. I think I changed that. Oh, another honorable mention would be The Sandlot. Another one I had on my list and I changed because I couldn't leave off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a bold move, I think.
And here
you
is
gotta go Sandlot there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was my original VHS that I bought from the garage sale next door.
Nice. I had that same one.
And yeah, I watched this so much, and it's just such a well done movie, and I'm just a huge fan of it. So
I feel like the Turtles looked really good in the 90s.
Yeah, a lot better
You know what I
than
mean?
yeah, for sure. Okay, so next I do not have a physical copy of it because I was going to upgrade, I think. So number 22 is Good Will Hunting. Just a great movie with a great cast. So I'm going to have that on the list. Next up, I think I'm going to grab that.
Are you out of order?
Shoot. No, I just didn't grab it because I was going to switch it. I did have Beauty and the Beast, but I'm going to change it to Toy Story. So Beauty and the Beast will be a honorable mention, and Toy Story is going to be number 21.
That was the right call.
Just because it's more original, and I watched it a ton growing up, and yeah, just a great movie. So number 20 is going to be Dumb and Dumber, which I think is another thing with this list is there was a lot of my favorite certain things. So I think this is my favorite comedy ever. I always laugh with this one. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels do a great job together, and it always makes me laugh. So I had to include that one. And then, so number 19 is probably my favorite scary movie ever, the original Scream, which is one of the very first scary movies I watched, which I watched at Jake's.
I watched it at Mitch Adams in the cabin.
Huh? Yeah, so this is, and it legitimately scared me at the time and everything, and it kind of revitalized the slasher genre and everything, and it's just a very important film in the horror industry. So yeah, I had to include that one. I think that's the only well, not quite, but almost the only scary movie on the list. Number 18 is the original American Pie.
Classic 90s.
I feel like this one is a very good like coming of age story, and we were kind of in the right. We were basically the same age group, in the same type of scenario when we were in high school and stuff. Like didn't do the same stuff, but I'm gonna just say it's like with the computers and everything, that it was very similar. So it's like almost our coming of age story, somewhat, I guess. But
it's relatable.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So yeah, American Pie. This one we got number 17, Pretty Woman, which is a great rom-com with a great cast, a great supporting cast. Not a fan of this one.
That was a bold move, Cotton.
Well,
bold move.
Well, there it is. This is another one I thought was very 90s, and I really liked when we revisited it not too long ago. Great supporting cast in this one too. Just a really fun movie. Number 16 is Twister. Don't disagree with that one?
No, I mean, it's bold top 25. It's a great movie.
Okay.
Can't argue that.
Next up, my favorite Bond, probably besides Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan. Grew up watching his Bond movies, and this was my favorite. I just have the box set, so we got GoldenEye, which also is one of my favorite video games, so had to include that on the list. Another very 90s film. Next up is probably my most favorite modern Western, so I wanted to include it on the list. Another great cast, kind of true events, true people, real people. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, and Tombstone.
Great movie.
Yeah, and Val Kilmer is awesome in it as Doc Holliday. So, all right. Number 13, We got Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves in Point Break, a very fun 90s action kind of buddy cop-ish movie. Gary Busey kind of brings some comedy. He's great in it. Really, everyone's great in it. And I love a good heist movie. So, and this is basically, I know other people, I think, the Flickster, John Flickinger, has talked about how it's basically Fast and Furious, but with surfers. But
not the original. Come on, man.
Huh?
That was a great movie.
I know, but that's like the same plot and everything.
Well, it came out first, so.
This did, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. I don't like it, though.
Okay. This is the first Best Picture winner on the list, coming in at number 12. Great performance by Mel Gibson, who also directs. We got Braveheart. Haven't watched this one in a while, but yeah, it's great. The score by James Horner is great as well. Just a really well done film.
Incredible movie.
Okay. Next up, coming in at number 11, we got my favorite sports movie of all time. Yours too, right? We got Rudy. And this is, Jake gave me this copy. This was signed by the real Rudy Rudiger. Sean Austin does a great job playing Rudy. Amazing score by Jerry Goldsmith. I love the music in this one. It really captures of Notre Dame, and so does the film. It's one of the only films to be filmed on campus at Notre Dame. It's just a great sports movie, very uplifting. 10 out of 10 you would recommend.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Number 10, another great film. One we recently went to the filming location for. We got Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman in The Shawshank Redemption. And we went to the Ohio State Reformatory, I think is the name of the prison. So we actually went to the prison not too long ago. Actually, one of Lil Wayne's music videos was filmed there, which was kind of neat. But it was really cool to go into the prison and see some of the filming locations, and it's just a great film.
Go DJ?
Go DJ was filmed there, yep.
Was, huh?
Coming in at number 9, another Best Picture winner. We got directed by Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks, and Forrest Gump. Great music in this one. Obviously he's not a real character, but it does a great job of capturing a lot of United States history and other history. Yeah, very Americana movie. Great movie. Very rewatchable too.
Oh.
Not for you. All right, another somewhat scary movie coming in at number 8. Another Best Picture winner, directed by Jonathan Demme, who's fantastic. Great performance by Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. We got The Silence of the Lambs. And I really need to upgrade and get the Criterion or the Kino, one of the two. I think they both got releases, but
what does that mean?
It's like a boutique label, and they do like nicer scans a lot of times, and they have a lot of special features. And I try to upgrade like some of my favorites, and this is definitely one of my favorites. Great movie. I was going to show off at the end, but I'll just go ahead and do it now. One of my earlier VHS tapes I had was Silence of the Lambs. So there we go.
Creepy movie.
Very creepy. This one's kind of become one of my favorites somewhat recently. Another one I've gone to filming locations for. Really well done film. Another one with great music by James Horner again, I believe. No, sorry. Music by Trevor Jones and Randy Edelman. But another one with a great score. Directed by Michael Mann, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. We got The Last of the Mohicans. And we went to some of the filming locations. It was beautiful in that area and everything, and just a really well done film. And this one has really good making of featurette that's really interesting, and how the movie was made and how everything went into it. So, all right, never seen it.
Never seen it.
Oh, that's great.
It's on the list.
All right, Next up, one of my favorite mobster movies. Another one I left off the list, I guess, that I should have mentioned was Goodfellas. But this one I enjoy more. We got coming in at number 6, Casino. And this is a Martin Scorsese film starring De Niro, Sharon Stone, and Joe Pesci. And obviously takes place at a casino, but just really good acting and just a really well done film. So
2 in a row. Haven't seen it.
Wow.
That's the one.
Is that the only ones you haven't not seen? Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Pretty well.
Coming in at number 5.
But I watched the play if that counts.
That does not count.
Well,
I guess I just have a VHS of this.
great movie.
Coming in at number 5, had to have some Tarantino on there. My favorite one of his, Pulp Fiction. Just a great film written and directed by Tarantino. Great cast. You got Sam L., Bruce Willis, John Travolta, Uma Thurman. And dialogue's great, story's great. Just a classic movie. All right. Coming in at number 4 is another coming-of-age movie, one of my favorites. Watched this a lot in like junior high, high school. Another one with a great soundtrack. I had to show off both. So this is a Criterion here. Yeah, so they go all out on everything. This is my old DVD. But we got Dazed and Confused. Richard Linklater film. Great cast. Just a great movie. So, all right. Coming in at number 3. My favorite action movie of all time. Starring Arnold. Directed by James Cameron. Terminator 2. Judgment Day. You say you have not seen any of the Terminators?
Yeah, you're right. There's another. That's the third I haven't seen on the list.
Okay, well, you
Fourth,
need to watch the first 2. This might be the greatest sequel of all time. Great movie. Just
bold statement, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. Well, I also haven't seen it. So.
Yeah. And how do you know?
Well, not a big Arnold fan, so.
Okay, well, it's still good with it,
I'll give
even
it a go.
if you don't like
I'll give it a go.
All right. Number 2.
I love these last 2, though.
My favorite Christmas movie of all time. So we got my favorite sports movie, my favorite Christmas movie, my favorite movie, favorite sports movie, all on this list. So.
Wait, what was favorite movie? Oh, still coming. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't want to jump ahead here.
Yeah. So my favorite Christmas movie ever, John Hughes film directed by Chris Columbus, starring Macaulay Culkin. It makes me laugh every year I watch it. And I think it just does such a great job of capturing Christmas. And also a great score by John Williams. So, number 2.
And that was literally that's primo for our age.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. And then coming in at number, and here's my VHS tape that I did not have growing up, but I bought not too long ago. So, and then coming in at number 1, my favorite movie ever, Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg. Great cast in this one too, based on the Michael Crichton book, which is fantastic as well, probably even better than the movie, but I love the movie so much. Another one we've done some filming locations for in Hawaii, which was amazing. And it just was one of the last great movies with not so much CGI in it. It does have some, but a lot of practical effects that were amazing and still hold up.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just such a great movie. So
that one still blows my mind watching that.
Here's the VHS tape for it. And I also forgot to show my screen VHS. So, but yeah, that is the list. Do you have any complaints besides Pretty Woman, and which you have not seen?
Well, I mean, you got Beauty and the Beast off of there, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I did take that off. But that's like my favorite Disney movie almost.
Yeah, but Toy Story's better.
I don't disagree, but... and yes, some of the other ones I left...
Let me see the honorable mentions list.
So I started my list, and then I had to stop it. Yeah, Fight Club I left off. That was tough. Mm-hmm. 7 was tough.
Oh,
Heat.
7.
Yeah, Heat was tough.
Yep.
Yeah, The Lion King. I only wanted to put one animated movie on, so I went with Toy Story.
Face Off.
Yeah, Face Off is great. I really wanted. It's hard to have a '90s list without a Nicolas Cage movie.
Wait, Saving
Rock.
Private Ryan. That one kind of got me. It's a great movie.
It is a
That's
great
a
movie.
really good movie.
It is very good, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to have The Rock on there.
Men in Black kind of cheap.
You are gonna make me bleep, aren't you? Darn guy.
Yeah, I think that's it. Braveheart. That's wonderful.
Yeah, great movie. All right, well, thanks, Tim, for including the community on this. It was a lot of fun to take part in. And another thing I haven't mentioned is there was a bunch of videos that people have been putting out that I really wanted to watch, but I wanted to get mine put together first. So I'm looking forward to checking out everybody else's top 25 lists. So yeah, like I said, thanks again, Tim, and hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical media will never die. Physical media man. Physical media man. Physical media man.